It's time now for Maple in the Morning with your host, Stacy Maple. Maple in the Morning is heard here on WPCR and WPIB radio at 10 a.m. and features guests excelling in their business or organization, local government officials, and those making news around our area. And now here's Stacy Maple with Maple in the Morning here on WPCR and WPIB radio.
Good morning. I'm Stacy Maple with Maple in the Morning on WPCR, PortClintonRadio.com, and also heard on our affiliate station, WPIB, PutInBayRadio.com. Good morning, everyone. I have Pastor Annette Dimon. She's here in the studio with me this morning from Trinity United Methodist Church. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You look like fall. You've got your scarf on, your sweater. I know I'm doubled up in layers today, too.
Yep. It turned out to be a warmer day than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I agree. And I do love this time of year, though, and I know a lot of people do.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous up here. But where are you from originally?
Youngstown.
Okay, so you know the Ohio climate pretty well.
Yep.
How is it differ up here on the lake?
We don't get as much snow as I'm used to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you're in Youngstown. You're towards the kind of the
it's
snow
a lot
belt.
windier.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get to deal with all the tourists and the such in the summer and all those things too. It's a little bit different, huh?
And the geese.
Oh, and the geese.
The geese.
Well, one thing that I know that we definitely look forward to up here this time of year, as I said, the leaves are changing and it's a gorgeous time up on the lake. It's also the time for Thanksgiving. And so a lot of us start to sit back and reflect a little bit about the blessings that we have been given throughout the entire year with our friends and our families and things. And what will you be thinking of this year?
I'll be thinking about this wonderful extended family I have and the great church family and just the opportunity to spend a little bit of downtime with folks. And
it's a nice time of year.
The great Thanksgiving dinner that I'm really excited about.
Well, and that's what we're going to talk about. Helping us with. That's what we're going to talk about now, actually. So for 28 years, there's been a community meal in Port Clinton. It's been known as the annual Thanksgiving feast. And that's been held at the Trinity United Methodist Church. How did that start? Any idea?
I think it was Bev Beaver.
Okay.
Whose daughter is now a United Methodist pastor.
Aw.
Can't really ask Bev about it.
Okay.
Her memory's not all that it used to be, but last year she was at dinner on Thanksgiving Day. Her son brought her. That was great.
Nice.
And she and some other ladies started this as a way to serve the community and make good use of our huge fellowship hall we have.
Beautiful facility for this. Yeah.
Yeah. And just provide a place for people who don't have lots of family to gather with them on that day.
Right. It really is a community meal. So this doesn't just serve those in the community who maybe are a little down on their luck or having a hard time coming up with their own meal. It's for anyone who wants to come and just really celebrate community, celebrate fellowship and time together.
And what I saw last year, my first year, was that there were like several grandmas, grandpas who still live in Port Clinton who could no longer host their family for the meal. And they all came and they had a whole table and they made a donation and it was a great time for all of them.
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually got a call today in the United Way office from a family. I think that's exactly what they do. They're a family of 10. And she wanted to give us a heads up that they were coming, and they've done this the last couple years. And she also wanted to make sure that people knew that you didn't have to be really needy, quote unquote, as maybe it said in our local paper, to participate in this meal. We do put a donation jar out so people can make a donation if they're able to. It's not expected, of course. So, but she wanted to make sure. So on her behalf, I want to make sure that everyone listening knows that this really is a community meal and it really is, to serve the community and everyone is welcome at the table on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Yeah. And as we said, this is the 28th year. United Way, this is the first year that United Way is going to host it. So it's going to look a little bit different than in years past. But quite honestly, unless you're behind the scenes, you probably won't know the difference. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
And we are so grateful to United Way.
Oh, thank you. We were happy. I know, was it Mayor Snyder that reached out to you?
Actually, I reached out to Mayor Snyder and he reached out to you because I was concerned. Last year we were able to serve over 400 people, and for that to just go by the wayside, just seemed like it would be a missed opportunity in the community.
Well, it's such a long-standing tradition too. Those 28 years, people have been counting on it, and people do count on it from year to year. So we got a call in the United Way office from Mayor Snyder, and he said Stacy, do you have plans for Thanksgiving Day? So, should I say yes or no? No, but he explained the situation. And of course, United Way, I think that's one of the great roles that United Way does play within the community, is many times they're kind of there as the safety net to kind of fill gaps, try to bridge resources together. And this is just a great example of how United Way really can help. And we're thrilled to do it.
And one of my observations would be, having come from the Cleveland area and more recently the Portage County, is that United Way here really functions.
Oh, thank you.
It really does function as a safety net. And that's not always true in larger communities.
Yeah, no, you're right. And we're thrilled, like I said, to be able to kind of just lead the charge this year. We're organizing it, but it's going to look and feel a lot, and people probably won't really know much different if you're, like I said, unless you're behind the scenes, you probably won't know. But I have to make sure that I do say we've had some wonderful community partners who have stepped forward.
Yes. And I think that's so exciting. You were telling me about them.
I'm so sorry I have this cough, Annette. So just bear with me, everybody.
Magruder Hospital and the Bistro and CIC and Baton Elementary School.
Yeah, the kids at Baton are doing a canned corn drive. So they're going to donate all the corn for the meal. And we just reached out to different organizations and said, hey, I know it sounds like a lot. It's 400 people, but could you just come up with one of the sides for us? And we've had no one say no yet.
And I thought it was amazing that not only did the mayor call and ask you if United Way could help, but then he and his family volunteered to do the bread.
Yeah, he called his mom. He called Sharon. And said, hey, Mom, what are you doing on Thanksgiving Day? Do you feel like baking rolls for 400? But then he let her off the hook and said, Mom, you don't actually have to bake them unless you want to. But I think she might bake some of those off anyway. But so Mayor Snyder's family is going to provide all of the bread then for the day as well. And so it's really been a great community effort, as it should be. It's a community meal. So we're really excited about that.
And United Way, I think, is the conduit that makes that possible.
Right.
I don't think that volunteers from the church could have arranged that in the same way.
No, probably not. I think that's one of the best roles of, or one of the benefits of my position here with WPCR is I wear both hats. And so I get to really connect and, get to know a lot of different folks. And so it made it really pretty easy when Mayor Snyder said, will you do this? We said, sure, we will. Immediately we started making phone calls and emails and kind of had a good idea of where to start. Right. And also with our relationship with Bistro 163, we do a community meal there once a month. And so it's not a big stretch for us to jump in and do something like this. So we're really excited to be able to do it. One thing I do want to let our listeners know that we're looking for a Santa. No, I shouldn't say a Santa, the Santa. We're looking for Santa to come in. If Santa is out there and he's listening, or any of his helpers, we would love to have Santa come in and join us for the afternoon, maybe just make an appearance. So if Santa's listening, have him call the United Way office, please, at 419-734-6645. And we're also looking for maybe some musicians. I'd love to have somebody come in and play. So, there's plenty of talented people out in this area. I know it's Thanksgiving, but it's only from 11:30 to 2. So we're looking for a short period of time. If anybody out there is listening and, you feel the need to give back or you'd like to give back, this could be a really fun way for you to do that. And again, it's Thanksgiving Day at Trinity United Methodist Church from 11:30 to 2. If you couldn't play the whole time, that's okay. We'll take you for as long as you can.
Right.
But again, call the United Way office if you're interested. You can also find United Way on Facebook at United Way of Ottawa County. But that phone number again is 419-734-6645.
Maybe we could even arrange with like the middle school. For them to get extra credit.
See? Okay. Are you listening out there?
We have connections to Carrie Sanchez.
There we go. Miss Sanchez, if you're listening, or Mr. Atkins, are you out there listening too? We'll see what we can do. I think it'd be really fun to have some musicians there of some sort and really just make it a festive event for everybody. I know we are still looking for pies and turkeys. You want to talk about that?
Sure. As usual, we're looking for pies and turkeys that we can have cooked. Chef's Beth's going to do the cooking
Chef's
for
Beth
us
is doing it again.
And it's great to just have a homemade dessert after the meal.
And it doesn't have to be a pie. We're going to take any kind of dessert. So you folks are listening, you can drop those desserts off. There'll be a huge community potluck for desserts at the church the day before Thanksgiving on that Wednesday from 9 until 4 o'clock. You can stop by with a dessert, a pie, a carrot cake, a cobbler, some cookies, whatever it might be. Bring it on by and we'll serve that up on Thanksgiving Day. And people are going to love that. Yeah. People love fresh baked desserts. So that's going to be great. And if you have turkey and if, maybe you can't be here that day, but you'd still like to support, there's lots of ways you can. You can, maybe the easiest way is just simply make a monetary donation. You can make that to United Way and make sure you make a note on your check for United Thanksgiving or just put Thanksgiving. And we'll make sure those funds all get designated to the Thanksgiving meal. No doubt about that. You can also just drop off money there at the United Way office. Same thing. Or if you'd like, you can donate an actual turkey. You can go to Bassett's Market and, you can give them, buy the turkey. They'll hold it for us and then they'll take it to Chef's Best and Chef's Best is going to cook it all for us. So, yeah, it's a big community effort here going on for the 28th annual Thanksgiving feast.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So what was one of your favorite memories from last year? You commented it was your first year there.
It was. I think just, my son and his girlfriend came over and helped serve and, so working with them and just watching them work the room and talk to people.
Yeah.
And
what are some of the volunteer jobs? I mean, I have an idea of what I would expect people to do, but you've seen it firsthand. Talk about some of the volunteer jobs people can get.
Helped carry meals for people who were, not steady or had walkers. Served beverages at the table so that people didn't have to be up and getting their own, that gets congested.
Right. Do you have bussers and people that clean the tables?
Bussers, people that clean the tables, people who serve the food on the serving line.
Okay.
We have one gentleman who I don't know if he'll be able to work this year, but Robert, usually served one of the sides and always chats people up while he's doing it. Same as he does when he rings the red kettle bell.
There's some great folks in this community who really are so supportive of all the things that we do here. And we're thrilled. We would not be able to do this without the volunteers. I know I talked to Jenna, who used to be the woman who's ran this for a number of years, and she said that they had upwards of 60 volunteers. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of folks. So if you're listening and you'd like to volunteer, I know we're getting quite a few people who are signing up to help us volunteer the morning of Thanksgiving. That shift's getting pretty full. But if you are still listening, you'd like to volunteer on Thanksgiving Day, we really need folks who can come for the second part of the day. From about 12 to 3 or some part of that time, that could come and help serve and help clean up that afternoon. The more hands, what's that saying? Many hands?
Many hands makes light
work. There we go. We do need many hands on Thanksgiving Day. That's for sure. And you'll get home in time that you can still catch a game and have Thanksgiving with your family. So. There's lots of great ways, again, like we said, to get involved. It is the 28th annual United Ways. They're calling it a United Thanksgiving. There we go. It's a free community Thanksgiving feast, and it is the 28th annual one. It is on November the 28th, Thanksgiving Day, from 11:30 to 2 at Trinity United Methodist Church. What's the address over there?
135 Adams Street. We're at the corner of Adams and 2nd.
Yeah. Give us a landmark.
There's a lot of parking, on the 2nd Street entrance. You can also park at Adams Street, by the Adams Street Park there.
Do they use multiple entrances that day, or is there just one door open? Multiple? Okay.
Yes.
And there is an elevator.
There is an elevator.
Good for people to know.
If you're going to use the elevator, it's best to park in the 2nd Street parking lot.
Okay. But there's an elevator, which makes it really nice for folks who might have a little trouble with the stairs. It's up on the 2nd floor. But as Pastor was saying earlier, it's a big, open, beautiful facility. Mm-hmm. How long have you guys had that church? Any idea?
We just celebrated our 185th anniversary.
So you do know.
And so there's always been, the first building wasn't built till 1850-ish, I want to say. Martha Dykes will get me on this. She knows
Sorry,
exactly.
Martha. I put her on the spot.
Yes. But, we've had 3 different buildings on that spot.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So this is the 3rd one.
This is always where we've been located.
Well, it's a great facility. And I just had the chance to go up the other day to see the hall and the kitchen. And you guys have an amazing kitchen. Better than some of the restaurants around here for sure.
And we have even more crock pots and
do you?
Roasters.
Oh my
than
goodness.
I thought we had, because I heard about another secret location.
Oh, yes. I met a pastor over at the church one day last week, and we went through what was the Thanksgiving closet almost, opened it up, and took a look at all the things that they've compiled over those 28 years. And there's a lot of things. This has been the church's project for a number of years, and thank goodness, because we're going to be able to pick up the ball and run with it this year without any real hiccups, I think.
Yeah. I think it'll be very smooth. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Thank you so much for coming in today. Again, everybody, if you can, we'd love to have you either help us serve and volunteer the day of Thanksgiving. You can also just make a donation, or you can buy a pie or a turkey and bring that on over. Again, turkeys need to be ready to eat. Nothing that's going to be baked off. So they need to be ready to eat. Or excuse me, pies need to be ready to eat and baked off, dropped off on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And turkeys, you have until the 1 week before Thanksgiving, so the 18th. If you'd like to donate a turkey, take it to Chef's Best or over here at Bassett's Market. And those turkeys will be baked and cooked off by Chef's Best, and then they'll take care of getting that over to the church on Thanksgiving Day.
Who do we give it to if we're bringing it to Bassett's?
Customer service.
Okay.
Yeah. Take it to customer service. Yeah, they'll hold it for us there. And I should say, before I forget, I'm so glad you brought that up. We have a little bet going on between our local Kiwanians and our Rotarians here. They want to see who can be the biggest turkey. So they have a little bet going on to see who can buy the most turkeys between the two clubs. Whoever does kind of wins bragging rights for this year. Well, who will be the biggest turkey?
So are they going by how many turkeys or by turkey pound?
I see, and I'm not sure, or it might be dollars, because I think some are just donating money and then they'll buy turkeys with it. So I need to clarify what the real rules are here. I'll have to get with Mayor Snyder on that as well. This was his idea. So He's been a huge help this year. Obviously, we've referred to him several times. And if you're listening, Mayor, thank you so much for your support of this event and everything else you do for our community. So again, thanks, Annette. We appreciate you coming in today. If you'd like more information about this event, you can find it on United Way's Facebook page. Again, that's United Way of Ottawa County. Go to the Facebook page. You can find the event link there. It's all over the newspapers, and we got some posters up. You can call the United Way office too if you'd like to get more information. Just give them a call at 419-734-6645. Thanks so much. I'm Stacy Maple with Maple in the Morning on WPCR, PortClintonRadio.com, and also heard on our affiliate station, WPIB, PutnamBayRadio.com.
You've been listening to Maple in the Morning with your host, Stacy Maple. If you missed part of today's show or would like to hear it again, Maple in the Morning is available on demand at PortClintonRadio.com or WPIB.com. Join us again here at 10 a.m. for Maple in the Morning with Stacy Maple on WPCR and WPIB Radio.